Hi guys, it's 11s and I'm back today. I was supposed to do a daily reading yesterday as well. And you know what? The collective, are you guys feeling what I'm feeling? I got rocked so hard yesterday. I was literally just felt a wave of sadness and despair and hopelessness, and I was in my bathtub trying to clear it, doing like an Epsom salt bath, had my candles lit, listening to music that usually pulls me out of it. And you know what ended up happening? It was the opposite. I went right into the worst of the feelings, all of the triggers and emotions and memories that have just been so incredibly painful for me. And I actually was sobbing so hard that I almost got sick. And I woke up today feeling better. And I wanted to do a reading today because I know that the collective is feeling it. I've seen a couple of other readers. I can't watch their videos right now because everyone is in such low vibe and low energy that it's triggering me further and giving me fear and anxiety about this connection. So, you know what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to read, because I am being told by spirit that that this is sort of, for certain waves of twins, this is the final clearing. It's the final push. It's the last of the death of the ego. It's the last of the dark night of the soul. And that even if you thought you were out of that energy, you're not. You haven't been. So, and spirit is telling me that we need to stay strong and to hold on, use every single tool in our toolbox, because this is gonna be ugly for the next, I think, even up to 48 hours for some of us. So yeah, I'm gonna jump right into the reading because I'm feeling very, very pulled to do this reading. I have not been using my twin flame deck, but I'm going to use it today. No reason that I haven't been using it other than sometimes the messages come through a little wonky, but today I feel very inspired to use it specifically for this. So let's just go right into what's going on. Okay. This might even be a longer reading. I may do two separate readings as far as divine feminine, divine masculine, and then collective. Spirit, I ask that you please use me as a clear channel to receive messages on behalf of the divine collective, on behalf of twin flames, divine feminine and divine masculine, those in union, those who are not. I ask that we receive messages only in the highest of truth, only for the greatest of good, and working inside of the light. Please please allow me to receive messages today that will benefit all of us as we shift through this last of the dark night energy that's coming through, as we are shedding the final layer of our skin that needs to be shed, as the last of the ego dies. Please allow me to receive messages that will benefit us in positivity. Thank you. Oh boy, I couldn't even get my words out. The energy is so heavy. Here we go. What is the current overall energy of the divine masculine at this time? What is the current overall energy of the divine feminine at this time? What is the current overall energy of the connection at this time? Okay. I'm going to start here, and we're just going to go through a whole bunch of stuff today because I can already feel it. What is the barrier to the divine masculine at this time, please? The divine feminine and the collective. Oh, shit. Oh my goodness. And here we go. You can tell the energy is so heavy, guys. Dropping cards already, feeling just really wonky, really out of it. I'm so glad that my protection and spirit and positivity candles came in. I don't even know if I'd be able to do this reading without them. There is a lot of darkness around us right now, twins. There are forces working so hard against you. Unions are coming. They have been happening. There are so many of us that are stepping into union, and so many masculines and feminines waking up to the connection and wanting it. They've been craving it. They've been needing it. Their soul has known that it has been missing. And we are really, really being attacked right now. There is a lot of forces and people that do not want this union to happen. So please, twins, do not give up hope yet. Please don't quit. Don't be despair. Don't be in despair, and just don't give up, because it's going to be okay. I promise you, it's going to be okay. I can feel it. Lesson for the divine masculine. Lesson for the divine feminine. You know what? That actually came out in reverse, so I'm going to let that lie. And for the overall connection. Yep. Okay. Guidance, please, for the divine masculine. Shit. Feminine. And overall connection. What is the healing work that needs to be done for the divine masculine? Where are you? There you are. Oh. Feminine and overall connection. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I'm going to go right into this. Masculines. They pulled the barrier card. There's something still holding them back. They're still seeing a closed door, and they're afraid to step forward. There's something stopping them. Feminines, I don't know if this is something that you're not communicating to them, or they're just afraid because something still doesn't fit. The pieces still don't fit with them. The obstacle for them here is summon. And, this energy, I'm actually going to pull the book on this because card 13, that's a lot of powerful energy. Let's see what's going on with this. It says, when you choose this card, it is a symbol to create a ritual and to connect with your spirituality. Get in touch with your own inner magic before you make a move forward. Okay, so it says, how do you communicate with your powers or with me, your goddess? Now is the time to pray, to meditate, to acknowledge the sacred in every experience. Do not take your next step lightly. You have the power to summon your spirit, summon your courage, and summon even me. You are inquiring about something important. Breathe and wait for a sign before you act. Choose another card if you need more understanding. Listen, okay, that makes so much sense. I'm glad I read that, because usually I can instinctively pull, but I'm telling you, I'm being interfered with. There's something going on, and I'm not seeing things clearly. I haven't been seeing them clearly or feeling them clearly. But this makes so much sense. The barrier, it's saying to wait. The masculine is receiving energy to wait and wait for further instruction. You know what? Because the healing isn't done, you guys. The final purge is just starting. It's underway right now. Your masculine is not going to be able to step forward until this work is done. And the masculines are just behind the feminines in the timeline of ascension. The feminines came first in this particular wave so that they could be the guide for the masculine. And right now, these masculines are not ready. They're so close, though, and they're getting the signs. They're receiving the downloads. They know something is coming. The card even says something important is about to happen, but it's not time yet to step forward. So, the lesson here is ancestry, Egypt, magical inheritance, okay? This card is about inherited traumas, inherited lineages, including inherited powers. So this is lifetimes. This is karma. Karma needs to finalize itself in these masculines. It's not done yet. It's not done with them. And they need to learn from the past in order to go forward in true connection and union. They can't step forward until this is done. So even though you feel hopeless, if you're a feminine watching this video and you're feeling hopeless, if you're a masculine and you're feeling hopeless watching this video, it's okay. Everything is okay, guys. This is just the cycle, the last of the cycle dying. And this is essentially, also could be viewed in a way as a tower card, because it is the end of a cycle. And that's okay. Like, this is good energy. I love it when bad shit leaves, don't you? I'm sick of it hanging around. We've had enough bad energy. Let's just move forward. For the guidance card, though, we got Wave of Power. And usually in the upright position, that's an incredible sign. But when it's reversed, it says, instead of feeling inspired and ready to catch this great wave of power to work with this surge of natural energy, you may be fearful, intimidated, spending precious energy convincing yourself why it is not the right time. Okay, this is what we're doing. We're convincing ourselves that this isn't real, or this isn't happening, or it's never going to happen, or it's not going to happen now. And it says, all your fears may be surfacing and urging you to stay safe, and you may simply do anything you can to hide or avoid this wave or dive deep below until it passes. And then it says, you also feel it is inevitable that anything this powerful will harm you. But the truth is, these are excuses. It's time to turn, to paddle hard and catch the wave. Work through fears and know that they serve you not at all. For too long, you have practiced and claimed you wished for this moment. Now it is here. It can now be taken. You have more strength and balance and ability than you think. See? Listen, guys. This is an illusion. This is the last of the great illusions. Burn it out of your conscious. Burn it out of your psyche. We are moving forward. It doesn't matter if the wave of power is upright or in reverse. The wave of power is a gift from the universe. It is yours, and it is coming. It's coming for the masculines. They're going to be swept away in this energy because it's time. Now, what's interesting, the healing work that needs to be done for them, though, is temptation. I don't think that this necessarily means temptation for other partners. I think that this is the temptation to run, the temptation to hide. This is what I'm pulling for the masculines. They need to turn their back on runner energy. The temptation is to avoid, to evade, to pretend that this isn't happening, or to pretend that they don't feel the way that they do, or to minimize this experience that they're having because it's uncomfortable, because it's out of the ordinary for them, because they're so far out of their comfort zone that they don't even know how to just be still and allow it to happen. And so we need to, as masculines, I am a feminine, but I can pull energy from both. And I'm telling you, like yesterday night, I went into such hard runner energy. So I just wanted to run. I wanted to cut the cord to this person and turn my back on every single thing that reminded me of them. Never wanted to be around them again, didn't want to communicate with them again. And I'm a feminine. So if I'm feeling that way, how's my masculine feeling? So we need to avoid that temptation. Oh my God, you know what I just pulled, you guys? Holy shit. We need to avoid the temptation to ghost. Don't ghost on your feminine, guys or girls. You know what I mean? Obviously no genders, but don't do it. Don't ghost. Avoid the temptation. Everything you need is coming. This is almost done. Just if you need to lay low until the wave catches you, if you need to disconnect for a while, if you need to, go radio silent, that's fine. But don't do it in a cruel way, and don't ghost on them and run in fear. Just know that you're laying low until the tools that you need come through so that you can approach your feminine in a proper and respectful way. That's what I just pulled for the masculine. Okay, feminines. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, your energy is not that much better. I am so sorry, but it's okay. We're going to work right through this. You guys are focused in the material world, and we've known that. We've been pulling these cards about material world and working on your finances, working on building a life for yourself outside of your masculine, because it's your mission to step into autonomy and independence, that you need to be okay on your own before you can be with anybody else. And this is such a lesson in codependence as well. When you stand on your own, you are essentially no longer codependent. And so that was a huge thing for this wave of feminines that we needed to overcome. What's interesting, though, is I don't know if you guys watched the reading last time for the masculines, or if this was a private reading that I did, but this card has come through 3 times for me in this past week in readings. And this is the block or the fear space for the feminine, and it's conclusion. And the reason why conclusion is the fear is because if you look, chapter 1 to the end is blank. You can't tell what the story is. You don't know. You don't have a blueprint or a guidebook for this journey because it hasn't been written. It's written every single day that we wake up and we decide, are we going to step into higher energy or are we going to stay low vibe? So the story gets written as we go, and every page develops into what it is that we want because our thoughts are manifesting our reality. We've been talking about this for years. We all do have somewhat of an understanding of it, but you're literally writing the book of your life with how you are viewing things right now. And your conclusion is in the fear space, and that needs to shift immediately. You need to write the happily ever after that you want. And you need to read it to yourself every single day. In fact, I just gave you homework. This is what I want you feminines to do. If this resonates with you right now, I want you to get a journal, a notebook. I don't even care if it's a napkin. Whatever it is, I want you to get a pen and write out your happy ending. 1, 2, 3 pages, whatever it takes for you to write out what you're wanting from this connection and what that happy ending looks like. Is it a bungalow in Australia? Is it a ski cabin in Aspen with your masculine? Is it a house full of 8 children with your masculine? Blended family? I don't care what it is. Whatever your happy ending is, I want you to write it down every single day. Every day until your heart and your soul and your mind all sync up together and believe and know that that is your happy ending. And that's how we're going to shift that fear space out of here, because we're done. Feminines, we're not doing the fear anymore because it's an illusion. It's not real. You don't have anything to fear. Do you know what? The fear is what you have to fear. Have you ever heard that there's nothing to fear but fear itself? Do you know why that saying was created and why it's the most true thing you will ever know in this lifetime? Because what will stop your union faster than anything? Fear. It's fear. When you put out fear energy, you mirror that back to your masculine, and that masculine is going to run because he or she is getting signaled that there is something to be afraid of. So if you have it and you mirror it to them, you don't have the right to get upset when they run, right? So this is about claiming our responsibility, and we can mirror that for them. And even if they're the one that has the origin of the fear energy, we can strip it away from ourselves and mirror that faith and trust and hope and love and positivity to that masculine, and they'll adopt it as their own. So we need to do that. We absolutely need to do that because we can't both be walking around in a state of fear. This union will never happen otherwise. Okay, the lesson. I'm going to pull the book for this one because it's the redemption card. And in the upright position, redemption is absolution, forgiveness, and penance. But in the reverse position is where we want to go to. Figure out what is going on with this. Okay, so in the reverse position of this deck, it means the curse. And it says, the blame and self-punishment you are currently inflicting upon yourself cannot make amends. Whatever we hold within can poison us. Ooh, feminines. It's time to be open about your remorse and to let what has been secret to be said. Dang, feminines, come on. I know, listen, I'm not judging because you know what? That card is for me. Me too. I'm right here in this energy. I'm telling you guys what to do, but yesterday I would have never even thought to do any of this for myself. I was in so much pain, barely breathing, just racking sobs and begging. I was literally begging spirit for a sign because I didn't want to do this anymore, and I was so done. But you know what? I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I have beaten myself up so badly about things that I said in an effort to protect myself. In a moment of fear, the fear of being vulnerable, I said things that were extraordinarily hurtful, and for weeks now, actually technically even months, I have been beating myself up and punishing myself and just really not being able to move forward. And instead of just stepping to my masculine and saying, you know what, I didn't do that right, and I'm going to need a mulligan on that. And here's what I really wanted to say. Here's what I meant to say. Even if my masculine or your masculine isn't in a place to receive that, you need to say it for you, because just like the description said, holding on to that guilt and that blame is poisoning us. So if this reading is resonating with you, you're not alone. You need to say it, even if it's an email or a text message or whatever, Snapchat video. Say it anyway. And even if it isn't well received, or even if they're not ready to hear it, or they're hearing it but they're not ready to respond, that's okay, because you've cleared that energy out of your field by saying the apology and the forgiveness that you're seeking. It's clear because you've set it free into the universe and you've given it to the person who needs it. So please, please do that if that's something that's resonating with you right now, feminines. The lesson here, though, okay? Beauty, grace, loveliness, integrity of form and spirit. This card is not necessarily about physical beauty, although if you are living a lifestyle that is unhealthy, if you are struggling with addictions, or if you're eating bad food because you're self-medicating, if you are not caring for yourself as the loving, incredible physical being that you are on this plane, this card is calling to you and guiding you to please step into your goddess energy. Love your body as if it was the most precious thing in the entire world, because it is. Because this body is the only body that's carrying through this life. And you don't want to check out early before your karmic work is done, because guess what? You're just going to come right back and do the whole thing over again. And if you're feeling this low energy and this low vibe right now, do you want to do this again? As painful as this experience is with twins, do you want to do it again? I don't. I want to be done. So I'd rather feel the pain and work through it now and work on myself. So, and also, beauty in the soul. This isn't even just about the physical body. Like I said, if there's parts of you that are still darkness, that are having trouble, if you're having thoughts about people that are negative, that are getting reflected back to you, you need to learn to shift that out. If you are struggling to believe that you're worthy of your masculine, you need to shift that out. Whatever this looks like that's keeping your soul from shining as bright as it should be, and from your physical body from having that light within, then it's time to pull this energy through and self-love and self-care. That's what this is all about. Healing work. Look at this. I mean, I can't even make this up. These two cards come together. Say what you mean. Say what you mean, feminines. I don't know about you, but this has been one of the biggest challenges of my life when it comes to this connection. And this card about speaking your secret truth, it's all about communication. There's something you're not saying, feminine. There's something that you're holding back and not giving. And look at this. Holy crap. Look at the artwork. The goddess energy of the feminine is standing there, and she's got her back to the masculine, and he's just waiting. He's waiting. He knows there's a secret there, but she's not giving it up. But it's time. You can't do that. If there's something that needs to be said, then you owe that to your masculine to let it go. Please, please, please do that. Don't worry about fear. Don't worry about, the reaction. Because I think what a lot of us feminines don't understand is that the trust is already being broken. Okay? The trust is being broken. The masculines know that you're hiding something. They want to know what it is just as badly as you want to say it. But if you don't trust them with your deepest secrets, well then how do you expect them to trust you with theirs? It's give and take, guys. We have to do it. Even if that means that you as the feminine need to step forward and be the vulnerable one first, then so be it. So be it. You know what? Because I've made the decision that I would rather be vulnerable and look like a fool and be wrong than go through the rest of my life with this energy of what if, what if, what if. Do you know the two songs that keep coming on my playlist, and I almost deleted them out of my iTunes playlist because I was so sick of it, was Say It First by Sam Smith and What Ifs by Kane Brown. And I was like, what the hell, Spirit? I get it. I get it. I'm supposed to say it, and I'm supposed to let the what ifs happen because you know what? What if the payoff is better than the risk? I get it. And the reading is just confirming this. So Feminines, if you're in the same energy, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to jump. We just got to jump and do it. Because I don't think that the masculines can do anything until we say what we mean. I really believe that. All right. Overall energy of the connection at this time. Mirroring. Well, of course. And this card has come through in this exact spot in both my weekly readings and the private readings that I've been doing for people. Every single freaking time. And I shuffle the deck like a million effing times, you guys. It's because Spirit is hammering it into our brains and into our hearts that every single thing that you are thinking and feeling, positive or negative about this connection, your masculine and feminines are feeling the same. Your divine counterpart is feeling the exact same thing. Doesn't that take the fear out of it when you know that everything you're afraid of is the same things that your counterpart is afraid of? We need to let that be our armor and carry that into saying what we mean or being able to catch the wave of power and not going into runner energy. If we know that each other is experiencing all the same fears and anxieties and emotions and probably feelings of, self-worth issues, then there's nothing to even be afraid of because you're both coming from the exact same place. So one of you needs to say it first, and I'm pretty sure we just got the guidance that it needs to be the feminine. Unless you're the feminine that's already got your heart on your sleeve and, you've already done all of that, then it isn't your work to do. It's the masculine's work to do. But this card is for both. Now, here's what's really effed up about this whole energy that we're pulling through yesterday and today and probably over the next couple days. The barrier to the overall energy of this connection at this time is hope. Are you freaking kidding me? Hope is the one thing that we should have. Hope is what you have when you don't have anything else, right? This should not be a barrier to this connection. We're losing our hope, which means we're losing our faith. We can't do that. We cannot do that, you guys. This will take us down faster than anything. We cannot let hope die. When hope dies, everything else dies. Okay? So we have to hold on to this like it is the last thing in the whole world, like it is the most precious thing in the whole entire world is our hope. Because without that, then none of this matters. None of this makes sense. Do not let them win. Them, the big them, the ones that would not see the twins unite, the ones that want to stop the healing work to the world, the ones that don't want to see peace and love and harmony and all of those people suffering. This is bigger than just your romantic connection. Please, please hear me when I say this, okay? There are entities out there and forces out there, as I said, that want to kill this hope stone dead so that you believe that it was never real, it was never going to happen. Because if you believe that, then you don't step into mission work and then the healing doesn't occur. That's how serious it is. This isn't just for you. This is for everybody. So we got to do this, guys. We got to step up and clear away all this fear because the fear is not real. It's not real. It's an illusion that they're trying to sell us right now so that we'll walk away, we'll turn our back on this, and we'll be done. They cannot win. The lesson here is knowledge, but it comes in the reverse position. Knowledge is wisdom. We're lacking wisdom, you guys. We're not seeing the big picture. That's what's going on right now. We're being blinded. It really does. It feels like we are just being blinded to what's happening. It says, you may feel that you are tired of study or that you are too old, too busy, too short of money, too open, that you're not open to the books of knowledge and too tired of learning. But the library of the world's wisdom is now being open to you, and you would do well to have a disciplined approach. You will be divinely guided to find the right course to study and the best books for you to read at this time. You are always learning, and this is what makes you wise. So take that and then put it over the twin flame framework, okay? That's exactly what it is. We're getting tired. We're tired of studying. We're tired of hearing the same thing over again. We're tired of being told, wait, have faith, have hope. We're giving up. But we can't. I'm getting passionate. I'm sorry. I don't usually yell at people when I do readings, but we can't give up. We cannot. The stakes are way too high. And what happens when we give up our knowledge, guys? Because what is knowledge? Knowledge is power. You're giving up your power. You're leaving it on the table and you're walking away. Don't do that. Do not do that. They don't deserve your power. That's yours. It was divinely gifted to you for a reason. You were chosen for a reason. You are here for a purpose that other people can never understand and cannot fulfill because it is yours. So do not do that. All right. This card, this hurts me to see it in the reverse position, but we're going to read the message. It says, the return of Aphrodite, temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, treating as sacred. Okay. Card 13, upside down. That's 2 upside down 13s in this reading. We are losing our shit. Okay. An unrealistic desire to be the only object of love or attraction in another's world, jealousy, an inability to share, feeling that to do so is to lose respect and authority. There may be a great deal of disapproval around your choices as a sensual being. People attempting to tell you who to love, what to love, when to love, and how to be in a relationship, and so on. You are breaking ground and trading conformity for freedom to choose. And while in time you may choose marriage or hand fasting or a relationship, for now you refuse to categorize your choices in that way as you are exploring. This will at times bring great distrust, but remember, for many thousands of years and to this very day, we mermaids felt no pressure to be bound to only being to one being only. Listen. This card in reverse is about the fact that people, again, it's pulling that same energy. People telling you how to love, who to love, what to be, what direction to go. People who do not understand this twin flame connection would rather see you walk away from it. They'd rather see it burn. Even people who are not dark entities, even those who do not have an agenda to see the twin flame unions end, are still pulling in this energy of saying, that's crazy. You're crazy. You know, that person doesn't feel the same about you. Or, oh my gosh, you're obsessed. Or this relationship is toxic. How many of you guys have been hearing that? Well, the good news is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anyone else says or thinks or does, because this connection is not meant for other people to understand. They're not going to get it until they either step into it themselves or come back around the next time and come that way. Some of them will never do that because it was not everyone's role for this connection to begin with. Other people have different mission work and different purposes. If you guys have heard any of like Aluna Ash and her readings that she does, she talked about one thing that resonated with me so deeply, and it was these organic beings that come and they're soulless, but they come as almost like an NPC in a computer game. They come to fill a role and sort of keep pointing us on our path. But I have had someone like that in my life that's given me the opinion of, you know, what I should do or who I should be or who I should love. And it's like, shut the fuck up, right? I'm so over it. You're not even real in my world. You don't exist in my world. Even other people who you love and part of your family or who are well-meaning, they don't get a say. They don't get a say because they're not on the same journey that you are on. So if that's happening to you and that's affecting this overall energy, clear that away right now, especially you masculines. Ooh, I just felt that really hard. This is about you. Okay? Not you necessarily alone, because this is the overall connection. So what you feel, the feminine feels, but it feels like this message is needed for you. If someone in your world is telling you, this doesn't make any sense, or you could do better, or I don't understand why you would like that person, or whatever it is, if someone's pointing you away from what your heart is telling you, you need to get that person the hell up out of your life. Seriously, they don't get a say. This is you. your connection, what you want. Bye, Felicia. All right, last card for the overall energy, and this explains everything. Rejection. Another 13 card, but there's no reversals in this deck. So this is it. This is the greatest fear right here. It's the fear of rejection. This is why everyone's panicking. This is why everyone's running, and everyone's feeling like they're in this energy of being unworthy of this connection. Because what's the greatest pain in the world is for someone not to love you back, right? To not be good enough, to not be the one that's chosen. In my opinion, there's nothing that hurts worse than that. So if that's what these masculines and feminines are feeling, well, no wonder everybody is feeling like crap and wanting to give up and losing their hope and going into runner energy. Because nobody wants this. But what if I told you that this was just another illusion? One more last thing for you to burn to the ground. One more tower to fall. One more thing to strip away that is keeping you blind to the reality of the fact that you are good enough, that you are worthy, and that this is happening, that this does matter. Okay? So set all of that fear aside. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying do it anyway. We all have to do it. I'm going to do the exact same thing. In fact, I'm going to leave you with some healing work that I want you guys to do, because this feels like shit and I'm tired of it. I know you guys are too. So we're going to get rid of this rejection energy because this isn't real. And the fact that it's coming through, that you guys are mirroring each other, and it's coming through for the masculine and the feminine, means you're both having the exact same fear. Well, if you're having the same fear, then there isn't anything to be afraid of, is there? No, because they negate each other. They cancel each other out. So there is no real fear. We're going to shift this out of here. There's no reason for us to be feeling this way right now at this time. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I have a new deck. I freaking love it. I think every single one of you needs to buy it. It is the Wild Offering Oracle by Tasha Silver. And this is such a beautiful and powerful deck. The messages are coming through so strong from Spirit in the things that we need to know right now at this time. That kind of just give you guidance, which I love that. It's so great to sit here and say, you need to do this and you need to clear this away. Well, how are you going to do that? How? What do I do? Do I listen to the same meditation over again? Do I play the same songs over again? Sometimes you just need a little bit of fresh inspiration up in here from Spirit. And I love this deck because it seriously connects right to source. I know it. I can feel it. I didn't even read through the cards the first time I pulled it. I just shuffled and went because the energy was so good and so positive that I could tell it was divinely inspired. And I was super excited. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pull 3 messages to leave you with today. And we're going to shift this shitty energy right up out of here because we're tired of it. And because we don't deserve it. Because you guys have been working so hard. I know you've been working so hard. I talk to so many of you. I do readings for so many of you. And it's absolutely ridiculous to see how hard both of the masculines and feminines have been working at this. And to feel this right now and to go through this right now and then not have some kind of guidance from Spirit to help you get through it until we overcome it. That's just ridiculous. We need to get it up out of here. Okay. Dang, I just pulled that card in a private reading yesterday. You guys, I'm telling you, Spirit has some serious, serious messages for us. All right. Service. Aren't these cards beautiful? You stop using the universe to try to get what you want and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. Yes, yes, yes. I had someone tell me the other day that they have a karmic that is using the law of attraction to keep the divine masculine trapped in this relationship. It was someone that was looking from the outside. It wasn't the feminine. It was a reader doing a reading. And she talked about how this masculine's karmic is using the law of attraction. Are you kidding me? That's disgusting. Like, that's against all universal policy, but they will do anything to hold on. especially if they're being used and manipulated by the forces that want to keep twins apart. So stop using the universe to try to get what you want. Start asking love to use you. Because you know what? When you do acts of service in genuine love and in humble heart because you want to serve humanity, which is your role as a twin, guess what's going to bring that counterpart to you faster? Because they can feel it. They can feel disingenuine energy. They can feel it if your motives are self-serving. So don't self-serve. Serve the collective. Serve others. Do your mission work. And that will bring your counterpart to you. Here's another amazing card. Self-acceptance. Nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear divine. That's so true. It's not to say that you don't need to work on yourself, because we all do. But wouldn't it be so much easier to work on yourself if you learn to love yourself where you're at? If you adopt self-acceptance now, and then then the work just gets so much easier. The load gets so much lighter when you stop beating yourself up and counting all the things that you perceive to be flaws. Instead, if you love yourself and you have self-acceptance, then the things that truly need to be healed and shifted will still be apparent. And the things that don't matter that you're spending time on that is not necessarily going to get you further on the journey, those will shift away. And the last thing, the very last card to leave you with today, guys, couldn't have been more perfect. Forgiveness. Healing comes from acceptance. Help me, dear Lord, to fully accept what is, knowing that this alone will open me to the new. I love it. Accept yourselves, forgive yourselves, whatever it is you're holding on to that isn't serving you anymore, let it go. It's time to shift it away. We have more important work to do. We have very, very important work to do. And this energy is not serving us anymore. So we are shifting it out, we are lifting it up, and we are setting it aside. Take a deep breath, guys, in and out. This too shall pass. One more wave, one more illusion, one more tower. Tomorrow you're going to wake up, things are going to feel better, and everything is going to be good. All right. With that, I'm going to leave you with love and light. Bye.